Good morning all, it's Andy Morley from Ilkeston Fishing. Today you join me on the Erewash Canal down by Green's Lock. Rumour has it that there's some half decent pike in this stretch, rumoured up to sort of late tens or teens, sorry. Even a 20 pounder is reported to have come out. So you join me today float fishing dead baits, with a view obviously to try and nab a couple of them. As you can see, the water is quite murky itself, so it can be quite difficult today. I brought the pike needles with oils in them, so I may well resort to injecting the fish later. I've been here sort of 10 minutes so far. Got the rods out. One is a large smelt, another with half a mackerel. Yeah, see how we get on. Hi again guys, swim 4. Missed a couple out, obviously I've not videoed those two. I'm not going to say nothing's happening yet. It's coming up to 10 past 12. Started at 10:30, so I've only done a couple of hours. Initially tried using floats. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, so it keeps blowing the bait out of position. So I've switched over now to 2 ledger rigs. As you can see, they're on the rod pod with the buzzers set up there. It's not something I like doing, to be honest. I'd rather catch them on with a float. Well, the weather's quite decent, I suppose. It's not raining. The sun keeps showing. The water's still green, really sort of murky. I wonder if that's playing a part. Yeah. I wondered if I'd struggle. It's been a bit of a quiet session so far. Not even a bite. I'm not seeing anyone else fishing. I've moved down from where I started, probably 500 metres along the canal side. But yeah, nothing really happening yet. It's quite a noisy area, as you can see. There's an industrial sort of park behind me, so I wonder if that's making a difference. There's a couple of boats as well, you can see them in the background there. Could well be an opportunity there to catch using spinners or lures maybe. A couple of occasions where I've tried it in the past, the boat owners get a bit grumpy, so I mean, I don't tend to do much of that even anymore. I like anything for a quiet life, you know. Okay, let's give it another go. I'll check back in if anything happens. Got my coffee on the go, so cheers. There's an old saying that patience is a virtue. It certainly applies to days like today. Like any specimen fishing method, it pays to have quite a lot of patience, because quite often, more often than not, you'll be sat for hours, you know, waiting for their runs. It's not like fishing for silvers, where you could sort of whip them up into a frenzy and be catching every cast. It's totally different. yeah, it certainly takes a certain type of person and a certain type of dedication to sort of make the most of it. Again, as you could probably guess, nothing's happening yet. Okay, so a slight change of plan. Wasn't happy with the way the canal was. A lot of people walking past as well. I'm off to Chadwick's, one of Stanton's ponds. I've never fished Chadwick's for any length of time really. I've chucked a few spinners around on there, but nothing substantial. So I've still got probably maybe 4 hours worth of sunlight left. So I'm gonna go and have a go at ledger dead baits on there. See how I get on. A short while ago I did a video on how to find Chadwick's Pond. The route I went on that video was from parking at Private's car park and walking down, but there is a quicker route which I'm going to do, well, go today, which is parking on Quarry Hill Industrial Estate, down by where the nature reserve is. You can literally walk through the nature reserve, and behind there is Chadwick's Pond, so it's what, 5 minutes walk if that, so it's a lot quicker, a lot closer, if you don't mind leaving your car on a industrial estate, which I'm just arriving at now. It's quite a busy stretch, so yeah, anyway, so we're nearly at Chadwick's. See what happens. Right, so just managed to set up at Chaddy's. There's a lot of weed on the bottom in here, if I remember rightly. So what I've done, I ain't got any pop-up balls with me, so what I've done is find some of this old sort of reed stems, snapped it into sticks and basically stuffed it in the deadbait's mouth, tested it in the margins to see if it sort of made the baits pop up a bit. So I thought I'd give that a go. I'm not done that in the canal this morning. I know it's deep and very weedy in here, so popping up the baits hopefully should make them a little bit more visible. We'll see, hopefully. Turned out to be quite a nice day actually. Seems to be only me at Chadwick's, which isn't a surprise. Not many people fish it, even the point's empty. I might try the point later on, which is a swim directly opposite me now. The swim I'm at the moment has 2 outlet pipes which run into the Nutbrook. This end of the lake is the deeper part, seeing as it's February time. I'm imagining that the deeper waters should hold the fish, but we'll see, won't we? This is one of the baits I'm using, sort of medium-sized sprat. No luck on it yet, but as you can tell there's a lot of blood coming out. Hello! It's raining again. It's been sort of spitting for the last hour or two. This morning weather seemed pretty decent, but now it's started raining again. As you can see, I've got my pretty old tatty brolly up. I've also switched back to suspended baits from floats again. I kept, every time I was retrieving the ledgers, they were just coming back full of weed. So what I've done is switch back to float rigs, see if that makes any difference. I've seen a bit of activity as well on the surface of the water, so it looks as if fish are moving higher up in the water level, so I'll give this a go. Every day is a school day, as they say. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. There's not much happening at all. I think I'm going to have a wander around to the point and have a go over from over there, see if I can land on some pike. I've sat here for an hour and a half, not had any sort of sniff really, so maybe I'm being impatient, which could well be. My patience isn't the best sometimes, so maybe I'm not cut out for piking. It's coming up to 3 o'clock now, still had no fish at all. I think I'll give it another hour, see what happens, but I can't say I've got much confidence in anything happening, to be honest. You never know. Funny game fishing is. What a day. Not a sniff of a bite at all. Must be doing something wrong. Don't know what it is. I'm still fairly new to piking, so you know, what have I learnt today? Patience, probably. Try and sit on the baits a bit longer. Don't keep recasting so much. Pump them full of oil, possibly. Another thing. Struggled a little bit with the wind and the line tow, pulling floats all over the place really. So I'm just looking now, and there's quite a lot of activity on the upper layers of the water. Typically I'm fishing deep on one float, shallow on the other, and still had nothing, so well, it's coming up to 4 o'clock, and as they say on Looney Tunes, that's all, folks. So that's the end of another session, finished up in a blank, unfortunately. My first session of the year, my sort of fourth session dead baiting as well, so you know, every day's a school day, like I said earlier. Still learning the technique. It's not something I've done much of, to be honest, but I've always fancied it, so give it a go today. Didn't go as planned. Things I've learnt are stay in the swims possibly a bit longer, keep the baits, try and keep them in the same sort of spots, change the dead baits more, I think, because I ended up having loads left over. I've ended up chucking them because I ain't got another session planned for a while. Yeah, tried two methods, ledger deads and floats. Neither of them were that successful today. I'm not sure whether it's just me or the time of year. The waters are all green and murky and horrible, so anyway, that's what I like to blame it on, but you make your own mind up. Cheers for watching. I'm Andy Morley. Catch you later.